Canadians lose 3-0 in Game 3 of the CCHL first round matchup against the Smith Falls Bears. And Game 3 was played in Smith Falls. It was a good first period for Carleton Place. It's back and forth hockey, but the score ended up being 0-0 after one. No goals, but the penalties were 4-2 for Carleton Place with power plays. And Carleton Place had 12 shots, Smith Falls had 20. And Chambers was the starting goaltender for this game, and he played really good in the first period. He kept Carleton Place in. Carleton Place just couldn't find anything in the first period. Bill Gurgon had both penalties served. One was a cross check, and the other one, and it was served by Josh Penny for the other 2 minutes, and that was 10:48. And Smith Falls had 4. Owen Watson, Ty Campbell, Finnegan Kilmurray, and Sean James had penalties. And Carleton Place was they were 0 for 4 after one with the penalties, power plays they had there. So, and yeah, that was the first period, no score. The second period, Smith Falls came out hard. They got 2 goals in the first 5 minutes. The first one at 2:25. Owen Watson, his second by Hunter Brown and Connor Ryan at 2:25. That was even strength. And a minute and 20 seconds later, Finnegan Kilmurray, his first of the playoffs, shorthanded at 3:49. And Carleton Place just kept taking penalties. Bill Gurgon, his second, which was hooking. Owen Brady, cross-checking. Brennan Walker, cross-checking. And Owen Coulter for holding. And then Smith Falls had 4 penalties, Ty Campbell, Sean James, Isaac Barrack, and Thomas Gagel. And the shots in that period were 11-17 for Smith Falls. And Smith Falls played a good second period. They kept the puck and they played good defensively. They only allowed Carleton Place to 11 shots. And Carleton Place just couldn't get anything on their goalie, man. McAvoy, man, he played good. No goals against in 2 periods. He had about 23 shots in the 2 periods and only had no goals against. And yeah, second period in the power plays, Carleton Place was 0 for 4 in the second period as well. So Carleton Place just couldn't get anything going on the power play. They were 0 for 8 in the game so far. And then the third period, they're just 4.5 minutes in, Kyle Dagg, his first, Alec Hamady, and Finnegan Kilmurray scores, even strength, to make it 3-0. And Smith Falls just kept pressuring, and Carleton Place just couldn't get anything going. But they had a good third period, just like the first period. They had 16-6 were the shots. They had 1 power play in that period, and it was 5:13. Kyle James was called for tripping, and Carleton was on the power play, and they just couldn't get anything on the power play. They were 0 for 7 on the power play, on the penalty on the power play there, and they just couldn't get anything going. McAvoy played a really good game. I was watching the game on Hockey TV there, and they had really good coverage in Smith Falls, but this McAvoy played good. Chambers played good too. Chambers only had 3 goals, and 2 of the 3 weren't really his fault, and Chambers just had 3 goals on 43 shots, and McAvoy had 39 save shutout through 3 periods, and Smith Falls was 0 for 4, and Carleton Place was 0 for 7. And the 3 stars was Will McAvoy. Second star was Finnegan Kilmurray, and with 1 goal, 1 assist, and Joe Chambers was the third star for Carleton Place. And yeah, and I think Carleton Place played a really good game. They just got unlucky. They just got unlucky by the other team. Their goalie played really good, and I thought they could have had at least 3 or 4 goals after that game. In the first period, they could have been 2-0 for Carleton Place after the first period. That could have really changed the game, and Carleton Place could have won the game. But the first and third were their best. They just couldn't get anything on their goalie. So I hope something happens. They can get a few goals in Game 4, try to even the series, and go back to Smith Falls Friday for Game 5, or who knows? Will McAvoy play a good Game 4 and go up 3-1 and have a chance to close out the series on Friday? We'll find out.